Hi, this is Tim Lotus with discussion board number 6. I'm very excited about this one because I've been doing my own personal historical project regarding digital newspaper archives for the past 4 years. I've been reading the front and editorial pages of the Brooklyn Daily Eagle from exactly 84 years ago. I picked 84 years because it covers the 30s, which is what I'm most interested in, and it coincides with our calendar dates. Like Wednesday, September 25th, 1935 is September 25th, is a Wednesday just like it is today. But anyway, so I haven't missed a single paper since Wednesday, March 1st, 1931 edition. And I've fallen behind at times, but I've always caught up. And so I haven't missed a single paper from then until yesterday's paper. But anyway, over that time, I have come across so many interesting articles, and I make a clipping, and I could save them on newspapers.com, and I can use them as references later, which I often do, and they're just a ton of interesting things. I think I've made about 250 clippings through the years of articles, just to show you some of the more interesting ones I found in my clippings was article from January 1933 talking about how doctor endorses smoking tobacco and says it's a healthy practice and it's good for the body and encourages people to do it. And this wasn't some quack doctor. This was a doctor that wrote this in the Journal of the American Medical Association, and it made the front page. Another one, pretty funny, was when they installed the first motion detecting electronic doors in Penn Station in Manhattan. Right after they installed it, people were so fascinated they kept going in and out of the doors, and they were blocking traffic, and they had to actually take the doors out the very same day they installed them and replace them with the old revolving door because it was causing too much trouble. And I guess just one more interesting one was if you ever been to Disney World on the Carousel of Progress, where the stage revolves and you go through different eras in American history and how the technology has progressed. And I read in a pamphlet by Disney that this was an original idea of Walt Disney and General Electric. But I actually found in an article that the Century of Progress in Chicago had the same exact thing at the fair. They described it as a revolving stage that goes over the last 100 years of technological progress, showing a family going through the last 100 years of progress, and it's very interesting. But on a more serious note, I have been documenting how Americans have been reacting to the events in Germany and Hitler's takeover of Germany and his treatment of Jews, and there's been a lot of interesting things about that. At first, they kind of dismissed Hitler as all talk and told people that his rhetoric was just rhetoric. But one of the earliest interesting articles I found was him being taken to court by a prominent Jewish person for a defamation suit. He lost the suit, paid the fine, but he refused to apologize if the judge asked him to. And another one, pretty early, just 6 months into Hitler's reign. No, sorry, 9 months into Hitler's reign in Germany. The Macy's department store took a full-page ad describing why they're boycotting all German goods because of their treatment of the Jewish population there. And I guess it was a big deal for some people because I guess they felt the need to explain themselves why they were doing this. But that goes to show that the people in America were aware of what was going on, and they were taking action. I remember reading also about anti-Nazi parades during 1933, Hitler's first year in power, and other protests. And one of the most interesting thing I actually just read in the last coming days, there was a recent incident, at least recent as far as the newspaper I'm reading, in 1935, where the German ship Bremen pulled up to New York Harbor, and a group of protesters went on board, tore down the swastika that was on a flag on the boat, ripped it up, and tossed it into the bay. And Germany was very upset, demanded an apology from the United States. We didn't apologize. The people were let off by the judge, not penalized at all. And just recently in my reading, Hitler made a speech and discussed that incident. And according to the author, Guy Hickok, who was their prominent European correspondent, who does all the big stories about Europe, Hitler justified making the Nazi emblem the official flag of Germany just in that same speech, and cited the Bremen incident as one of the reasons why Germany needed to get rid of their old flag and adopt the swastika, and announced in the speech that this policy was effective immediately. So if this is accurate, this protest in the United States directly was responsible for Germany disregarding their old flag and making the swastika the official flag of Germany. And it's things like that that make it worth the time and effort to read the newspaper every day. And I look forward to all the events that are going to happen in the coming years, and I hope to keep this activity going on indefinitely. Thanks for listening.